Bonjour, bonsoir, dear friends, and welcome to JCB Live with the Duke, Rafael, in the kitchen. Why the Duke? This is velvet today. Your dress code is velvet. It could be French, it could be English. But to celebrate this amazing month of December, post-Thanksgiving, we had all an amazing time. And now it's about celebrating and thinking of this amazing Christmas week. This whole month gearing up to one of the most amazing world feasts on the planet. So the dress code is velvet because Raymond and the Cabernet we're having is all about velvet. As you can see, Cabernet, naturally the red blend, and the famous Merlot. So we're going to try them all. But to celebrate, we thought, how fun would it be to think of velvet in an English sense? Why? I call Rafael the Duke, because today he's going to make the famous Wellington. This is one of the most charismatic recipes of all time.
Yeah.
And I want to toast to the English because this Beef Wellington from the Duke himself really beat the French. Can you believe the name started to honor the Duke of Wellington because he, in Waterloo, won against the French. Napoleon Bonaparte was kneed, and it was the big battle that the English won against the French. That's a big deal. So a year later, to honor the Duke, they decided for this recipe, as a very British recipe, to make it Duke of Wellington. Pretty cool, right? So as a Frenchman, you know, in honor of our friend from England, and certainly us beating them back before that for the independence war of the United States, we need to acknowledge sometimes our defeat. So today, Rafael is going to show you how to make the Beef of Wellington with individual pastry, which will be so much fun. So Rafael, let's go! Another toast. To velvet, and feathers, as you know. Some feathers incorporated here.
So today, the ingredients we're going to be using for the Beef Wellington is a very simple dish. It can be complicated only if you want to make it complicated, but I'm going to make it as simple as possible. So we're going to do some hot pastry. Once again, you can make your own. You can buy at the store. Super easy. You make sure it's not too thick. This is about a little quarter-inch thickness.
So 2 millimeters. I'm going to taste it because you made it so special.
Yes.
There was a very strong uniqueness. Rafael added a little bit of the red blend to it.
Yep.
To help the yeast take. Oh, look at those.
And these are the chicken livers. This requires for the recipe. And then make some duxelle, whatever. How do you pronounce it?
You said it perfectly, duxelle. So this is why we're wearing the feathers, in honor of the duck and the chicken liver. I want you all to see how gorgeous livers are. Those are beautiful, healthy livers coming from our chicken. We raise them sometimes to eat them because it's a lot of fun to eat your own crop. Thank you.
So this one's to say it's chicken livers, but this was already made it, of course. And this was they've been sautéed, so that's how it's supposed to look. This was just want to show the process of making them. And this one I have
you go to
wire
show.
Mushrooms, beautiful wire mushrooms. I got
this is a picture on its own. You don't smoke those, or you don't chew on those, thinking of the special effect. But aren't they gorgeous? And you could see the lovely chanterelle as well.
Yeah. So
that beautiful orange mushroom full of flavor. So this is going to be an exciting feast, a very involved dish. What I love, Rafael, about this dish, it brings history together. And it brings the complexity of the kitchen because you have duck, you have chicken liver, you have obviously beef. Look at this beautiful, gorgeous piece of beef on that elegant Bernardo
So
plate.
that one I'm using beef tenderloin, because I mean that's what it's supposed to use for that. Because it's tender, you want them to cook fast, and then that's not gonna take too long to cook. You know, a nice medium rare when you wrap that in the pastry, that would do the job.
And as we're cooking, we're enjoying right now the Napa Valley Cabernet. Dear friends, remember, made by fabulous women Stephanie Putnam, Kathy George, Thane Knudsen, and our consulting winemaker, Philippe Melka. This is one of the most innovative triptych ever. As you can see, the 3 labels. I like me, dressed in velvet for this great occasion. And the whole idea is to really represent the taste of the wine inside through the outside touch. And this is what this Cabernet is all about. 2018, magnificent vintage. If you're soon getting the 2019, make sure you get on the allocation because this is a big deal. Great vintage as well. And the power of this wine is magical, that you still have a lot of elegance, a lot of finesse in the cap. So it won't overtake the wonderful dish that Rafael is putting together for us. You always want the perfect marriage.
Yes.
So maybe we're going to ask our friend Dylan to come closer, because if he comes closer, he's going to see the action, the big action. Look at that, Dylan.
So this one I'm going to do
Look at this.
I'm going to do a hard sear in the beef, salt, pepper, generous in salt and pepper. I'm going to just do a quick sear on the cast iron.
Yeah.
It needs to cook fast and just quick sear, pull them out, in and out, and then that's it. Let it choke.
Dear friends, look at how gorgeous that is. Oh, this is the knife I've been looking for. Look at this.
Just like your wife say, I know Rafael has very sticky hands when it comes to my house. But it's like, I mean, I am not understanding because sometimes we come with, I always bring it back. It's just a piece of knife sometimes, but you know.
I'm going to taste the pastry.
Bring it back most of the time, you know. So it's just a quick sear, in and out, finish it. I always like to use fresh herbs and garlic for this, right? Nice garlic, nice thyme, a nice piece of butter right there. It's just a quick base.
Did you see that butter? Yes!
Just a quick base right there. Beautiful. And that's all we're looking for right there. Just a quick sear. We'll put it up to the side. And use the same one to do my livers. That goes the livers in.
Oh, look at those livers. This is my favorite.
What's your favorite
I
dish,
love chicken, duck liver. I love rabbit liver. All of them.
Sprinkle thyme, pepper, and salt. Right?
Oh, I cannot wait, Rafael. For that, I think we should venture a little bit in the Merlot, dear friends, because the Cabernet will be amazing as we dine with the dish. As we're preparing the dish, maybe now this famous Merlot, which is on the eastern side as you come into Raymond through Zinfandel Lane on our beautiful Generation Boulevard, as we call it. And this is really one of the Merlot that tastes the most like Cabernet. Powerful, intense, rich, and very long lasting. So this is almost Cabernet style, but that's a Merlot. Very much of a French style Merlot because it has a lot of energy to it. We decided to make it velvet as my jacket. And there's nothing better than velvet to accompany Merlot. And the beauty of Merlot, men, women, maybe more mature older people, younger people, everybody loves Merlot. So it really creates a great friend as you welcome your friend in the kitchen and you start like we are cooking. Oh, look at those chicken livers.
Yeah.
Oh, Dylan, look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
So I did some shallots in there too. Thyme, garlic, you know.
The Duke of Wellington will be very proud
I
of
wonder
this.
how it would be. It would taste even better with your cognac.
Well, you know what we could do?
A little red wine in it.
Yeah, let's put a little red Merlot in it.
Love it. Perfect. So for this one, she's gonna do a nice piece on the bottom, right? One piece. I'm gonna get my spoon. And like I said, this is the duck shell that I already made. That's already been prepared.
So
bit.
you made it with garlic.
This it's just the same thing: livers, onions, and mushrooms.
That's
You put
right.
them in
All
the-
blended together.
all blend them together, put them in the food process, and that's
Yeah.
what it's gonna go in there. So this one is gonna do is gonna suck a lot of the juice from the
Yes.
beef. It's gonna drop, and then also the prosciutto is gonna give you extra flavor to it. All right. So this one,
So this is the San Daniele.
the Santanilla, yes.
So this is San Daniele, dear friends, which is another incredible ham coming from northern Italy. So 24 months of age. So we didn't go with the basic simple Parma.
No. So I'm gonna do just a touch of the Dijon Mustard, just to put extra flavor.
I would recommend,
No.
Rafael, to go very Dijon here, meaning fallow mustard. A very close friend of mine whose family started in the 1840s this amazing mustard company. So it's not the American Dijon, it's the French Dijon, meaning greater bite, greater acidity, richer, denser, no sugar. Only salt and vinegar made and white wine with this mustard. So it makes a big difference, I think, in the Wellington dish.
Yes. So this one's that's it. So simple, right?
Looks gorgeous.
Put it in. We're gonna cover it with the top. And this one, the reason I decide to make it, you can get the whole loin, the whole nice piece of center cup of beef tenderloin, and you can wrap it all once in one sheet of pot pastry, and this easy sear.
Which is nice, the whole beef.
The whole thing, yes. But the reason I decided to go individual because the gatherings right now, people get very picky that you're touching their meat or whatever. So that's one of the reasons I went.
And we didn't put too much parsley. In many recipes, you have a lot of parsley around.
No.
It looks beautiful, but here we wanted to really be a friend of the wines. And this is egg white.
It is egg wash.
Yeah.
So let's just go right there. Put right there. Seal
For the
it.
sealing.
Mm-hmm. So make sure it's sealed. Right. Go all the way around. Then you cover it. Just tie it in with your hands. Right. There we go. Beautiful. And that's just gonna cut a little bit. I'm gonna cut a little bit of the edges in here because I don't want it to be too big. So my hand.
The pastry is so fun to eat, though.
Yeah.
For gourmand people like me who loves the pastry.
See? Right there. Just around. It has to be rusty.
And we can reuse this one,
Yep.
obviously, for the other one we're
Yes,
gonna
yes,
make.
And now if you want to go, just go around the edges, around the edge, and just kind of paint it with my tweezers to make like design. Then you can make that design how whatever you want now in here, no? See? And that's perfect, right there. Here's what we're looking for. We'll brush it. And it goes in the oven for, this is gonna take at least, 20 minutes at 350 degrees. And then that's it. Put a little bit of salt on top. Nice salt, and then that's it.
And the whole idea of beef Wellington, as you did, to prepare it is not to be too cooked. It's really supposed to be medium rare. And there's another famous chef besides Rafael, who's very known for making one of the best beef Wellington in the world, is Gordon Ramsay. And we're following the same recipe with the duck cell and obviously all the steps you've seen. So it's a very cool recipe, very British. And the beauty of it is you could serve Pinot Noir, Cabernet, Merlot, and of course the field blend with it. So this is that amazing field blend that is the composition of 6 grape varieties that comes from Napa Valley that we adore, Royal Blue. So you see you have all the key colors thanks to Raymond Vineyards. In fact, we're going to put a little more Merlot here because it's so gentle and soft and appetizing. And here we are.
So this one, I'm gonna go in the oven, like I say, 20 minutes and this should be done in
Yes.
20 minutes because it's a little nice piece of beef. That was gonna go in the oven. This was the one I already made, so Like I say,
Wow, look at
this
this!
is how it's supposed to look.
Dear friends, how many minutes later?
20 minutes later.
So only
Like
20 minutes, so it's gonna be
20 minutes?
medium rare.
Yeah, 20 minutes and at least 5 minutes to let it rest so all the juices go back again into the thing and that. And
So
then this
now-
point, I got my plate and then I make a couple of nice turnips in here. Just like gonna to decorate my dish and put a little extra stuff in it, you know, couple onions. And I have some nice sauce bordelaise.
So the sauce bordelaise, we made it, and we cheated today. We used the red blend. So in order to have it purely made from Napa Valley, right?
And I'm gonna use my magical knife. This is a
You know, my mother had exactly.
yeah. It was a gift of a friend of mine.
I love it.
It's really that. This is a magical tool to cut it because if you use you don't want to use a bread knife to cut it, and you don't want to use another type of knife to cut it either because it's gonna
Yes.
cut all the layers of the pot pastry.
Look at that! Woohoo! Oh,
Look at this.
this is magic. Dear friends,
And
come
that's
close.
Exactly what you're looking for. 20 minutes exactly in this gorgeous, beautiful medium rare. And this actually we can use 2 plates because it's like you know this serves 2 people. It's too big, and that's what I use my knife. It's so
Yes.
gorgeous.
I like
Let's
it a
take
lot.
it away. This is a very you know a lot of the French people use those a
Oh,
lot.
totally.
Yeah.
I used to have to cut the roast beef as a child. My mother tasked me and she said, it's easy, it's like using your saw.
So
And
those
it's very true.
do you see John Charles? Do you see the layers? Look at that. You see the
Well,
prosciutto,
Show our friends, this is magic. Yes, the Parma is right here. And you see the duxelle, beautiful sea salt, flakes. We've used the Irish flakes this time. And this is really magnificent. Very, very appetizing.
very appetizing. Then you know, you say like, "What is my veggies every time?" Well, let's make a little veggie. I pick some nice fresh carrots, nice fresh turkey turnips for my basket.
And look at, that's from the
Take
garden
all from
still.
the garden, yes. I'll be like, gonna say no to something appetizing and delicious, right? And see, like I wait 5 minutes before I carve it, and that's why. See, it's not bleeding.
That's
That's exactly what you're looking for. Because sometimes when you cut the Wellington, it says if you don't let the meat rest, the blood just go everywhere,
Yeah.
and then it looks really messy.
So how long do you want the meat to rest?
At least 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
After you pull it out of the oven, yes.
Okay,
Yes.
great.
So that, and let's not forget something else, you know.
Oh! Wow.
White truffles,
I'm stealing one. Mmm,
right?
phenomenal.
And then
Urbani truffle.
the nice baby pearl onion. And why they call pearl onions? Because they're like a pearl, they're little baby ones. Nice caramelized and sweet. And
That's a
delicious,
magnificent dish.
right?
Then
And
we're gonna do the bordelaise
the
sauce.
bordelaise. Look at this. It's nice
Yeah.
and steamy and gorgeous, rich. Huh? Just like that. Mm.
Oh,
And that's how you make Beef Wellington.
that's magnificent. And then we still have,
Well, this is that. Let's just show it real quick. I got my mushrooms cooked, and my duxelle, the chicken livers and the shallots all
That
together
made
with a
the
little bit of
duxelle.
red wine. So this one you should let it cool off. Let it cool off completely, because if you put it, what it's gonna do is gonna melt the pot pastry because it's made a lot of butter and you don't want that. Let it cool off. Put them in the food processor, and then it will be ready. And that will be ready to go. It'll look exactly like this after it's cooled off, nice and firm, and that would look once you put it in the food processor. That's it. Or you can chop it out really fine. It's just kind of fold it in together. If you don't have it, you have an option to just make sure it's nice, fold in, and chop real fine before you work with it.
so dear friends, dress in velvet. That's the dress code. Dress up at home. Have an amazing time with your friends and family. Drink great Raymond wines, of course. But, prepare some involved dishes because this looks so amazing. Look at this. We're going to have a feast.
Yes. Salud.
Amor He, to the English who showed the French the way, brought more humbleness to the French. That was very well deserved at the time and necessary, and it created an amazing dish. So, to the good side of a battle, which is in our plate, have fun and enjoy.
To the English, we thought it was a good dish.
The hell of a dish to England.